Hello and welcome to the live stream. If you're watching this live or you're watching a replay, I would like to welcome you to this video tutorial. Okay, so let's get into the action, shall we? My name is Chris Foster and I am the founder of the Foster Academy. Now, the Foster Academy is a male grooming emporium, which allows you to learn all of the technical skills that is associated when working in a really high-end establishment. So the techniques I'm going to share with you is a vintage haircut. The haircut is designed around a 1920s feel, but not necessarily 1920s. It's kind of slightly updated slightly. So let's get into the video. Let's watch the training and I will walk you through what you're going to see, shall we? So cue the music. Let's go. So this is me explaining exactly what you're going to see. So let's go.
It's basically a really heavy wedge taper. And what we do is graduate the hair up, but keep a very strong, solid line through the sides. I've got a few quick techniques that I want to show you guys. And basically, it will really help you with your tapering and fading. But again, what it will happen, you'll have acute, heavy, weighted taper at the end.
Okay, so what I'm trying to explain is that I want to leave a very heavy weight line. Okay, sometimes I over talk. Okay, so what you're going to see is a very heavy weighted taper. Now, the action I'm going to do is with this particular haircut is to leave a strong weight line very similar to those haircuts in the 1920s. So let's cue and see how I develop the shape.
Okay, so firstly, when we do this particular haircut, we want to go really, really close and tight. So we're going for that very aggressive military feel.
Okay, so what I'm doing now is as I enter into the haircut, I'm anchoring out. By using an anchored motion, by almost flicking it, what I'm doing is imagining a weight line which is just under the recessional area. So this area here. So my line will be kind of in this area as I anchor in and pivot and suspend out of the haircut.
In with a grade 1 with my blade open, first of all. As I anchor in, I'll pivot and suspend up until where we see the temple peak point. Just below that, I will just flick outwards. So we can just see the heavy line coming into play. Moving further in, I'm going to continue that, working from the previous cut here as a guide, and we're just going to anchor in, pivot, and suspend off that particular line.
Okay, those of you really sharp, you knew that I just messed up slightly. I said as a guard, and it's actually as a guide. Ouch! Anyway, right. Now, the reasons why I'm working from right to left, as you can see, I am right-handed. And by working right to left, what will happen is, as you establish that first guide, what we are going to do is connect with the previously uncut hair. So you're always going into previously uncut hair. So you're always seeing your guide. So really important thing to do, guys. Make sure you've got your first guide on the right-hand side and then carry that through to the other side of the haircut.
Show you again. We're going to use this previous hair as a guide, and we're going to anchor in, pivot, and suspend at a very acute angle. Through the back, I'm going to let this blend in, but we're going to just rock through with this tapering technique.
Okay, so here how this is different. All I wanted to do was keep that heavy wedge on the side and not continue that through the back. This is what I was saying. We're just using references of a vintage haircut, but this is not a classic vintage haircut. Slightly updated, trying to put a slightly modern twist to it.
So we see that solid line. And through the back here.
Oh, just in case, guys, if you're watching this video and you like what you see, in the description section, there is a link. Check that link. And actually, I've got a free series of barbering tutorials for you to watch, and also a chance for you to experience my Foss Academy 7 days for free. So what I want to do is offer you that opportunity to come in and watch more content and learn and be inspired and to grow your technical skills. Okay, cue the video.
I'm going to change your angle slightly. So instead of going so flat, we're going to change our angle and pivot outwards to make the back blend. We anchor in, we pivot and suspend, and that softens the line slightly.
Okay, so here we have a slightly different technique that most people use when they're clippering. Most people clipper with a flat technique. This technique I'm showing you is called a suspended pivot technique. And what I'm doing is using the angle of the clipper just to flick the hair, not necessarily putting a weighted line into the haircut, especially at the back. Remember, I only wanted to see that very aggressive weighted line just in the kind of the temple area to just behind the ear. The rest of the haircut's going to blend in. So we're going to change the angle of the clipper just to give that fluidity with the technique. All right, let's play the video.
What I call a visual blend.
Visual blend.
So we can see the visual blend kicking into play. So holding the hair or the actual clipper at a 90-degree angle like this simulates a number 2 guard. And then we can work this further up to blend this into the back.
So what I'm doing here is adapting a almost using the suspended technique to feel how much hair is coming off. It's a free hand almost technique. It's not being anchored to the hair at all to create the shape. So what you're seeing here is the way I go in is to actually suspend and almost feel how much hair is coming off rather than putting a clipper guard on and creating that length with the clipper guard suspended off the scalp. Okay, so that's what's keeping that softness as we go into the back. Guys, if you're enjoying what you're seeing, make sure you either subscribe if you're on YouTube or just and hit that bell notification. Or if you're on Facebook watching this live, you want to be able to share this video.
But we've still got a very heavy wedge line taper in there. Now to blend this out, I'm going to change my clipper guards. I'm going to drop down to a 1.5. There's a 1.5 guards that clicks on. We're anchoring, pivot outwards, just to soften that line.
Now, at this point, what I could have done is gone even shorter and use that technique just underneath this area here, just on the sideburn area. So that what I'm doing right now is actually just giving that a more blend into the top of the haircut. And again, it's a very acute kind of rocking C motion and using the back of the clipper just to bevel and take that weight out. And then pivot out, so we're getting again a softer feel through the back, as you can see there, guys.
Anchor in very close to the scalp, bevel outwards and up. Anchor in, bevel up. So we're creating a visual blend. it's off. Then we're going to go in with our clipper and our comb.
Okay, so what I'm doing here now is refining that shape with a clipper over comb technique. Now, the thing here to watch, guys, and the thing here to be observant of is the way that you are using your clipper over comb technique. Now, this technique, because I am not making it I don't want to continue that refinement all the way through the back. What I am doing is going with the clipper, with the comb, and actually removing any bulk and weight through there. So I started at the first point, which is just on the temple peak point. And what I'm doing now is just refining that shape as I move across the actual haircut.
Very tight, acute angle. Level out.
This is simulating what I would normally have do with the clippers, but I'm actually using a clipper over comb technique, and I'm moving the comb as well as you moving the clippers. Sometimes when I demonstrate clipper over comb technique, I have a stationary comb, but this technique is similar to me using my number one guard. And this, the actual fatness of the comb, the spine of the comb is 3 millimeters. So essentially what I am doing is using a number one, but I'm not using number one. I'm using a comb as my number one and protecting the hair, which I want to protect with the spine of the comb.
Working through at 90 degrees, and we're going to drop down to 45 to a 0 degree angle.
So just quickly show what I'm doing there, guys. It's a reverse taper. A reverse taper technique, as you can see, 90 degrees dropping down to a 0 is a reverse taper technique. And again, that just makes it much more shallower in the temple area. And it's not going to go as short through the back of the haircut. It's just going to be in this area. If you've got any comments, guys, please leave it in the description, because it'd be nice to know that I can help you and assist you with your barbering techniques. Remember, guys, this is the Foss Academy channel. Please subscribe, or please share with your friends, or leave a fantastic comment. Or if you don't like the haircut, still leave a comment. Don't really care. Just leave a comment. Now, this technique is called a fanning technique, or what I call a flick technique. And that means that it's much more fluid in the way the angle of the tapering is happening, because there is no kind of, again, not working off the scalp. We're suspending off the scalp and flicking, and obviously removing any weight line if possible. Lucy, thank you very much. Thank you for liking the video, and thank you for leaving a comment. I really appreciate you.
Okay, now I'm going to etch out the sides. We can see the very heavy taper that we've created come to life.
Okay, so here's a big tip. Whenever you're tapering or fading, what really shows off your fading in a kind of, what enhances your fade is actually creating lines so your fade can bounce off that line. That's why I'm going in quite hard around the temple area and just into the beard area, so you can see the tapering that's happening in behind the ear and before the ear, because that aggressiveness through there. And again, I didn't want to go skin, but I just wanted to go close enough to see the tapering. But what enhances that tapering is actually edging that line in and keeping those lines across the sides there. That really boxes it in, making the fade pop.
Okay, now we're going to refine this particular wedge taper, and to do that, we're going to anchor in with a very large tooth comb. Again, we're looking at what sits at the spine of the comb, but we're beveling outwards, so refining the actual line and keeping a bit of a line there, keeping heaviness to it, but also softening it slightly. So working with our comb and really beveling the acute angle to maintain that very heavy wedge taper. So here we are, guys. We've got that 1920s feel to our haircut. Again, we've got a very shallow tapered feel, but that heaviness to the taper, it gives it very, very much a classic feel. So I hope you enjoy that. So, guys, Lucy, thank you for your comment. Really appreciate you been watching my content for a while. I am going to be doing lots more of these videos, breaking down my education, so it makes it really easy for you. If you like my education, why don't you click the link? I've got a great free tutorial for you on there, and you can actually sample my online academy for free for 7 days. Isn't that a deal? I think it is. Anyway, the next video I'm going to do, because this video is finished right now, tomorrow I'm going to put up and upload a shaving tutorial for you guys, a luxury shave, and we're going to walk through all of the steps. If you want me to upload that video and do a walkthrough just like this, you're just going to have to put in the comments, yes, I want to see this, or yes. Okay, if you put in the comments yes, I'll be checking my comments and I will upload a really nice classic shave tutorial for you guys. We'll break down the shave, what products to use, and I'll do that for you guys. But you have to put yes in the comments. Otherwise, if I don't get those yeses, guys, it ain't gonna happen. Anyway, like I said, this is the last reveal of the actual haircut. Just the last little bit, you can see. And that's it. It's it. It's finished. Thank you very much for watching from the very beginning. If you have, if you want to watch it from the beginning, you just rewind, start it all again. Thank you for watching me live on this channel and also on the Foster Academy YouTube channel as well. This is the Foster Academy Facebook page and the YouTube channel, all streaming simultaneously into your phones, into your mobiles, and into your flipping, I don't know, your laptops. I don't care what you're watching or how you're watching it, but please put yes, and I will put it right. Okay, brilliant. I can see some yeses. Okay, brilliant. I am gonna definitely do a shave tutorial tomorrow. Let's see if that can work. Okay, thanks guys for watching me live. I will see you guys real soon. You keep safe now. Coronavirus is a scary thing.